Hello friends, hi there. In this video, I would like to talk about a few things. One of which is, of course, how can we inculcate multiple dashboards into one dashboard? Okay, in Power BI. I think the same will be then replicated in Tableau as well. I'll create a video on Tableau as well. Now, if I look at it right now, there are four dashboards that we have created. What these dashboards are representing is right now in the context of this video is immaterial. Okay, what we do is here it is order summary. We can see that there is something which is how much is total sales, total profit, total quantity. It is the overall business summary. Then we have something like country wise data over here, right? Then we have something like forecasting data, that on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, how much is the sales and what can we see? I mean, what kind of growth can we see, or what kind of patterns, trends, seasonality do we see in sales? Right. And then we have something which is closer to bookmarks. Here we have created bookmarks for furniture. Here it is working with supplies, but I think I have just for some reason I've called it bookmarks. That word came to my mind. Okay. So yeah, these are the certain dashboards. Now these are four dashboards which I've created out of out of sample, basically to show you that how can, as an inculcate, as a Power BI developer or somebody who uses Power BI very frequently, can inculcate multiple dashboards. What happens at times is, at times I have to represent a sales dashboard, then I might have to go for a profit dashboard, then I have to go for a quantity dashboard, or let's say my dashboard, let's say they are central, south, east, west, north. These are all five zones in which I'm doing my business, and I want different dashboards of each and every zone, right? And that doesn't happen, because then in that case either I put a slicer on the same say same dashboards over there, which compromises the space, and it compromises how much data can you put in your dashboard. Now if you come across a situation in which there are many dashboards that you need to create, and I believe I'm a big fan of creating separate dashboards for things which should be created separately, right? I'm a big believer that it should not be more than one slicer in a dashboard, right? So it's always about the user. You should think about the user who is going to see it. He's not an expert in Power BI. He should be like click, and he should get the desired result that he is looking for. Okay, so what am I going to do is I'm going to integrate these four dashboards over here in one dashboard. That is, the point is, I just will have one sheet, one page, and that one page will help the user to get to these dashboards over here. So let's see, without wasting any time, let's see how this can be done. Now the first thing that I do is I'll create another page over here, and let me call it, let me take it to the leftmost portion over here, and let me call it main page, right? My idea is I'll create shortcuts over here. I'll create shortcuts over here on these pages for these four dashboards, and then I'll hide these dashboards over here, so that the user, the person with whom you're sharing this particular file, PBX file, will not be able to see these dashboards, which it becomes kind of a backend, but he'll be able to see the main page over here, and that will be able to navigate to the dashboard without knowing that the multiple dashboards exist in the same file. Okay, so let's see how this can be done. The best thing to do this is to insert something called as buttons. The best thing that which can achieve this is to are buttons. So what I'll do is I'll create buttons over here. I'll create buttons, and I will create a blank button at this point of time. And is there anything else? No, I think I can create a blank button over here. Let me take this button here. Let me do Control C, Control V. Let me create four buttons over here. Why? Because there are four dashboards I might need to create. Or probably I'll not create them. I'll just I'll just create one button completely and then copy it. So let me increase the size of this button. I think this should be appropriate. Now what I need to do is to assign two things to this button. One, a clear communication that somebody who clicks on this button will be taken to a certain dashboard. For example, I want to use this button, the rectangle that you're seeing on the screen right now, to take the user to order summary. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll click on this. I'll click on format option over here. In fact, I'll just click on the button. I can say that, okay, let me do one thing. Let me put some text in the button first. So I'll go to the shape, and no, sorry. And let's not put title. Title is just going to come on the top. What we need to do is to put in the text over here. Okay, so let me see. Okay. Yeah. So inside style, once you click on the button, go to formatting option over here, format button option. Okay. And you can go to style. Once you go to style, there is something called as text over here. So click on that text, switch on that particular text. Okay. Now once I do this, okay, so in order to put text over here, what I need to do is to go to style and switch on this text. This we've already seen. Now I'll just put one thing over here. What is that one thing? I'll tell user that by clicking on this particular button, you can go to a certain dashboard. For example, I'll go for, you can use it intelligently slightly. Click here to go to order summary dashboard. Okay, order summary dashboard. Now I can see that the text over here is very small. So I can, change it to, let's say, Arial black, slightly better. I found Arial black slightly better than the others. And let's say take it up to 17, right? And yeah, we can probably change the text over here to highlight it slightly better. Probably text can be something like this. Not bad, not bad at all. I can probably lighten up the color a bit, and yeah, not bad at all. So we can spend a lot of time in, doing the selecting the color combination, making it look slightly better, but that's not the point. Let's focus on the functional aspect of what we're doing today. Okay, now let's go for this. Now, if I click on this particular button, Control C and Control V, what happens is I'm creating a copy of this button. So the entire formatting also gets copied for this. Now, Control C, Control V, and I'll go for another Control V. I'll just put it up over here, right? And I'll go for Control V. Can you just see those red lines which are coming, which are there to help you align this perfectly? Okay, yeah, this is a perfect alignment. Can you just see the horizontal and the vertical lines on the screen, right? That's what happens. Now the next step would be to assign a dashboard to each and every button over here. All right, so I'll just click on this particular dashboard. All right, right now all of them are saying order summary dashboard. I probably can go to general, I'll go to style and go to text and say that this one is my country wise data. I'll not go for order summary. I'll say that this is my country wise dashboard. So I'll go for country wise dashboard, right? Somewhere over here. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, then I'll go to, stay there. The country wise got changed over here. Just go to this particular dashboard. You are actually on text only, and you can now change it from here as well. To go to the order summary, I don't want this to be order summary. I want this to be, let's say, the third one, which is my forecast dashboard. Okay, and click over here, and finally I can go to click here for, although I call it although it's bookmarks, but I'll call it category dashboard. Okay, this is my category dashboard. I'm sorry, there's a spell mistake over here. I'll go for category dashboard, right? So this is how it is, guys. This is how it is. Now okay, let me minimize. So now I've given the names properly. Click here for order summary dashboard. Click here to go to country wise dashboard. Click here to go to forecast dashboard, and go to category dashboards over here. All right, so I've given the order. Of course, better things can be done to highlight those phrases: summary dashboards, country wise dashboards. But I think again, as I said, let's focus on functionality aspect of Power BI over here in this particular video. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to assign a dashboard to each and every button over here. So I'll just click on first button. Now you might not be able to see, but I think this small icons over here is indicating that the button is selected. I'll just do one thing. I'll change the view to the normal view. That way, does it give me better? Okay, it is anyways not giving me a very good visual hint that that particular that particular button is selected, but no worries. I'll just click on one button, and I'll go to the most important aspect of this entire exercise, that is actions in button. Now right now this is just text box, what we are seeing on the screen. This one is the highlighted one. Right now I'm seeing that this is just a text box. The moment I click on the action, now this text box can perform an action, right? And I think this gets very conveniently ignored by the entire community, the power of buttons, right, in Power BI. Now, the action that it can perform is it can take you back and front from a page to the other one. It can create a bookmark, it can create a drill through, it can create a page navigation, Q&A, web URL. All slicers can be applied at once. All these slicers can be cleared at once. Point over here is that there are many actions that a button can perform. Now here what I want is I'll select something called as page navigation, because I want this particular button, I want this button to take the user to a certain page. So I'll navigate to a certain page. So I'll go for page navigation. And then obviously it says that which page navigation, which page are you talking about? I said this is order summary. So take the user to order summary, right? Similarly, I'll click on, while being on the same position, I'll click on the other button over here. I'll say that assign an action, assign page navigation to, let's say, country wise data. All right, I'll go to this one, all right, and I'll say assign action. Action again is page navigation, and take this particular button, using this button, take the user to forecasting button over here. Okay, forecasting dashboard. I'll click over here, assign again action to the fourth and the final dashboard. I'll say that page navigation, and take it to the bookmarks dashboard. The name of the dashboard is different. I think it's category dashboard, but for some reason I've made it bookmarks dashboard. Now, once I'm done, there's no save option. I mean, it gets saved automatically. The moment I click on this, here I need to control click because I'm using Power BI desktop. Okay. Now, if I click on this, I'll be taken to that particular dashboard. Fine. I click on this, I'm straight away taken to that dashboard. I click on this button, I'm taken to that dashboard. I click on this, I'm taken to the fourth dashboard. But I guess you guys must have also felt this, that there is something missing over here. How can I come back to this page? Because this page will take me, if I click on the button, it'll take me to the required dashboards over here. But how can I come back to this main page over here? For that, what we need to do is to insert a small button in each and every page over here as well. So let me insert a small button, and the button again is going to give me the same thing. Button, let me go for something more towards back. Okay, I'll use this back sign over here, and I'll say that I'll call this, let's keep it as sorry, I want to click on style. And if I click on style, I'll say that let's switch on the text, and I'll say that click here to go back, or any other text which you think is more appropriate for you over here. We can obviously bold it. We can give the font a color over here. Let's say this color, right, so that it gets highlighted. We can just extend it, right, and whatever you want to do. I think the arrow is not being very compatible over here, but let's say I want to go for this particular size of the dashboard over here. So I'm sorry, size of the button over here, and I can say let's increase the size of the text a bit. Does it? Now in that case, right, if I'm getting bothered with this, let me remove this sign. Let me remove the icon. Let me switch off the icon and let me make it a very simple, simple button. Okay, and I'll just say that click here to go back to main page. Now you might feel that the text ज़्यादा हो रहा है यहाँ पर. I completely agree. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you can decrease the font size. You can decrease the font size over here, right, and probably bold it up, or you want to keep the text color as white and probably give it a better background color. Background is also fine. I think we can go for fill. Yeah, fill is my background over here. If I fill on, and I can go for a different color over here so that the page gets highlighted. All that kind of stuff can be done. Okay, and yeah, we can try different colors over here, and I think this something is not a bad option. Okay, anyways, as I said, we'll focus more on functionality rather than aesthetic elements over here, so I'll just keep on doing this. Now this is a page which I've created. Let me copy this, Control C, and let me try and put this on every dashboard that I've created over here. Right, I've put this on every dashboard that I've created. Right. Perhaps I didn't need to mention click here to go back to the main dashboard, or I can say click here for main dashboard or just main dashboard. I think the user might be, I think every user is smart enough to understand that by clicking over here, I can get back to the main dashboard. That is fine. So it's up to us. I think again, not focusing much on the aesthetic elements. Again, let's keep it over here only. So these are the four cases in which, I've put in the buttons over here, and the buttons are taking us to the main dashboard. So what I'll do is to click on that button and go to action. Again, the action is on, very nice. And I'll say that go back, or again, navigate to the page. The page is the main page. The main page where I've given the list of the dashboards over here. Okay. And now once I do this, I'm done. And I'll go to the other page, right? Click on the button over here, go to action and say that it's not a back thing. Let's go to page navigation and let's go for main page. I would like to do the same thing for the other two buttons over here as well. So I'll click on this. Action is already on. Well, you can go for the back button, or I can say I'll prefer page navigation over here. In this case, I'll say that go to main page. That's it. All right. And finally, in the auto summary dashboard, I can do the same thing. I'll click on this, click on action, click on page navigation, and click on main page. Okay. Now my job is complete. See what I can do. What I'll do is I'll hide this. Now once I hide this, although I'm the main user, I've created this so I can see them hidden. But the user with whom you'll be sharing the sheet will not be able to see these dashboards. They'll be seeing only one page, the unhidden one, which is this one. What they can do is but the functionality remains the same, which means that if I click on this, I'll be taken to this dashboard. I click on this over here, I'll be taken back. I click on this and I'm taken to the country wise dashboard. I click on home page button, I'm coming back to the main page. For Power BI desktop version, right, I can say that has to be control and click, not only click. Okay. Right, so I think to and fro between the main page and the dashboard is very easy, and it's very convenient to do this over here. So what I'll do is, let me minimize this, minimize everything over here. So what I'll do is I'll share only this file through Power BI service with, or rather the entire file gets shared, but I'll hide the rest of the pages over here, and I'll say that you can just click on these buttons over here and take yourself to various dashboards. This comes in very handy because now two things. One is the user who is using this file, let's say your boss or the CEO or CTO, he doesn't need to worry about which particular sheet is representing what. He'll just click on the desired destination and just click and click back. That way I can put in multiple dashboards in the same dashboard without the user, without the person who is actually looking at your report knowing about it.